Hey! Welcome to my live stream. I'm Zoe Stumbaugh, aka Zoe FPV, and I'm kind of got a cold. You may have watched some of my content in the past or last couple weeks. I went to Vegas. It was a lot of fun. I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself. Got a lot of good content from it. Stay tuned for that. Should have that out sooner than later, I hope. And kind of going straight into it. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I'm kind of working through a lot. Finishing off the motorhome, getting it going. Internet's been stable, the generator's running, I've got water. I need to finish the hot water heater, fix a window. There's just a few small things, like, not small, but a few major things left to get done this next month. And why am I trying to get this all done? What's the point? Well, in a month, it looks like I'm going to be heading to Mars, or at least Utah. There is a Mars research station, basically a simulation of Mars in Utah. And I'll be going there to help them out with some drone-related stuff. It's a Space Invaders crew. We're essentially mapping out the area and making a 3D model of this virtual Mars environment. Wallace also showing some of the astronauts in training and simulated astronauts drone racing, what FPV is, and then hopefully hosting a simulated drone race on Mars. And I say simulated because it's a very small selection of people, and so I'm kind of putting together my own crew that will be going with me in the RV. I've kind of poked a few people. If you're interested in going to Mars with me, / you have the skills to run camera equipment, you're a good pilot, this is very important, must be a good pilot because we're going to be doing chase footage. You work well in tight environments because we will be traveling in the RV. We do have a secondary vehicle, so we do have a chase car that I do have access to. So if you want to be a part of the caravan for that, let me know. I'm trying to only take like 4 to 5 people. And again, pretty much everyone's going to be pulling double duty. Much like an actual astronaut crew. I mean, astronauts have to have a certain amount of skills to actually go to space. They just can't be focused in one area. They actually have to be kind of versed in several areas. So that's kind of my game plan and goal. And it happens in March. It's like March 15th through April 7th. I think I'm only going to be there for like a week of it, probably halfway through. I'm thinking probably towards the end of March, the second set of crew. And I'll hopefully be in there for a week. I don't know the full details yet, but it sounds like I might be actually going into the simulated module for a week and seeing what it's like to be on a simulated version of Mars, which is pretty cool, and I'm kind of stoked for that. So I'm trying to put stuff together for that, and in that, I need to figure out what I'm doing with my content this month. I know Stingy has a challenge of like the 24-hour challenge of if you film it, you have 24 hours to get it out. Well, I have so much stuff going on that I don't know if I can focus on that. And one of the things going on is my computer system. I've been fighting with it the last couple weeks to get my editing bay working. If you follow me on the Discord or on the Facebooks, you may have seen me make a post about it. I've been bashing my head against my computer to get it to work properly. On top of that, one of my monitors died and my other one is dying. So I'm trying to like nurse stuff back to life, and it's frustrating. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it all work, because generally in the edit bay I'll go lay down, which is more comfortable for me, and I'll sit back for several hours and actually edit footage. I don't really have that accessible to me right now, so it's kind of hard for me to sit back, enjoy, and relax and edit footage. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to, work on all that. Oh yeah, and since I'm live streaming, let me see if I can see some of your questions. Hey everybody in the chat, thanks for joining me today. Yeah, so I can now see CNC FPV Zach says, how's your frame going? The Unicorn project. So I had 2 more frames of the older version shipped out to me. I'm picking them up today. I still have yet to fly the unicorn. Other people have flown the unicorn, but I have yet to fly it. My one and only fully built unicorn is actually over at IQ Motion Control while they do some testing on it. They got it to work, they got it to fly, they got actually found out a lot of stuff by me sending out my unicorn to them. But I don't have one in my hands. So I ordered a couple of the rough cuts for me to build out so I can start testing them at least. I'm trying to find a carbon fiber manufacturer for the unicorn. I need to find 6mm and 3mm carbon because I want to try to get CNC Zach to cut out a few frames. But yeah, I'm still testing. I'm hopefully talking to Stingray FPV this weekend about changes to the frame and what we can do to make it better for the next revision. I'm thinking a beta tester group, like a paid beta tester. Like when I did the Flying Barrel 1 and when I bought it, I bought in as a paid beta tester and I paid full retail for it. I'm thinking about doing at cost for beta testers because I need to get feedback, and to send out a bunch of frames for, you know, free. I don't know if I can afford that right now, with everything else going on. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I really want to get the unicorn frame out there. It's definitely a priority, and yeah, I'm hoping to spend this next month. I can get the next revision done, and hopefully it'll be close to perfection. We'll see. So I'm trying to figure out what else to go over. Unicorn, oh yeah, the Newbie Drone project. Newbie Drone's still working on it. They've got some really cool stuff in the works. They took a lot of my feedback and are hopefully working on the next generation Newbie Drone project. 3D is definitely a part of it, but it's only a small part. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for it. Hess stuff, I'm going to be working more on the Hess stuff with Hess. Sounds like he's going to be expanding, and that's cool. So hopefully I'll be working on some more cool stuff with him and Hess systems going forward. I'm really curious about how I can balance work and going to events and still having that public, you know, life, because I've had these conversations with Larry, my boss, and, you know, it sounds like he really wants me to still have that public persona, still go out to events, either host them or compete, because that's what I do well. And on top of that, you know, still work and do other really cool stuff behind the curtain, so to speak. So I'm really, really excited to go forward and work with Hess Systems. He okayed me going to Mars, so that's cool. When, you know, your boss is okay with you taking, you know, a couple weeks to go out and go to Mars, that's a good boss to have. So I'm pretty stoked for that. I'm feeling a lot better about things. If anything, my whole attitude towards everything has been a lot better lately. I've been more relaxed. I've been still stressed out. Like, there's still so much going on. And I think the number one thing I've been stressed out about is trying to figure out how to make it all happen in the next month. And I have a plan for that. And that's the whole purpose of this video, is to outlay that kind of plan and what's going on with content. So, I am not going to be filming any more content in the next month. Meaning, I am not going to go out and try to film a video. Instead, what I'm going to do is try to get footage edited and out this month and do a few live streams. So I kind of want to do like a weekly check-in with you all to kind of tell you what's happened in the last week, what I've done, what's going on, what's going to happen next week, hopefully. So I can kind of keep myself in check and kind of make sure everything gets done, because if I focus on trying to make content, edit content, and then try to get the motorhome going and Hess system stuff going, it's going to be too much. So I'm trying to organize it to where I can get stuff going for Larry, so by the time I go to Mars, he has stuff that he can munch on, and that I can get content out every week, while it's not having to focus on making content, so I can focus on getting the motorhome and everything else going, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to get a basically a game plan together for the next month, because the goal is Mars. Going to Mars gets me motivated to get the motorhome completed and ready for the trip. And it also motivates me to, well, yeah, get this ready for the trip. So I'm hoping that's going to work out. We'll see. Best laid plans seem to fail. But at the same time, I had a plan for getting this RV in the first place, as far as after Steve, Bubblehead Biker, offered it to me. I was like, okay, I'll put a GoFundMe up and pray that it works out. Well, we got the funds, and after we got the funds, I was like, okay, we can do it, and I only have a few days to do it. And we did it. We got a lot done in a few days, and it was because I was so motivated and had a plan to get it done in those few days. So I'm motivated, and I have a plan to get this done in 30 days, which is a lot more than just a few days I had when I was trying to get this all going in the first place. So hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. I'll say thank you all for being a part of the adventure so far. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll get back to posting more regular content going forward. Like, the fact that I've posted as much content over the last few months kind of amazes me. My life has been going through one of the largest transitions ever, and I've barely been holding it together, really. And to barely hold it together while showing everyone, a peek inside of what's going on simultaneously has been quite a challenge. So thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you guys for being a part of it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'm not going to make this a Patreon only stream. This is kind of like a update stream for everybody. Let me know what kind of content you want to see more of. I have a few projects ready to be edited. I've got the Vegas stuff. I have basically an hour-long video on how to design your own drone frame. I have a bunch of stuff with quad bashers. If you want to see stuff blown up with drones, like smashed into bits, let me know, because I have quad bashers ready to be edited and go. Like, I've got content ready to be edited, so let me know what you guys want to see edited the most. And yeah. Do more group FPV talk shows, please. You're good at it, says Burton Nut 34. I'll have to think about that. I want to, if you have any ideas with people you want to see me talk to, yeah, newbie drones, like, hey, Vegas, okay, fine. I'll make sure the Vegas edit gets done sooner than later. I'm hopefully less than a month out. I'm really conflicted on the Vegas edit. So I'm missing, I'm skipping around, but DZ at Newbie Drones said Vegas edit, or Vegas. I want to do the Vegas edit myself, but at the same time, I don't have the computer system ready to do it myself right now. So I'm thinking about handing it to Mark. But I also have another editor, Colin, who should be free now, hopefully, to edit something together. And he makes, like, TV production ready, like, content. And I love working with him, so I'm really debating, am I going to edit it? Is Mark going to edit it? Is Colin going to edit it? Because I would really like to edit it myself, but it might take a few weeks more for me to edit it myself. But yeah. So that's my whole struggle. I know it's a stupid struggle. I'm so thankful to be able to work with some amazing people to make some really cool content. Mark has really killed it with the last few edits, the West Coast Throwdown and the Rampage edit. Like, the Rampage edit was fire. I loved that edit. But yeah, anyways, yeah, and then Brown Pants says, how about loading a pack up now and ripping Wallace live? I could do that. So I bought a bunch of hardware to build a live streaming setup for drone racing and freestyle. I haven't gotten it set up yet. Again, computer problems. Like, I've been dealing with so many computer problems, it's made my head want to bash into stuff. So yeah, and then Sinister Lefty FPV says, for interviews, we see all the popular. What about us common folk? That's a good point. So during the Vegas trip, I actually went and interviewed all the common folk. I saw the average pilot and I was like, you know what? I want to interview with you. Like Drew, we all know what the pro pilots think. I want to know what the guy on the street thinks. I want to know what the average pilot thinks. And I had a lot of great feedback. Like I could do a whole video based on what FPV means to people from Vegas. That's just people saying what FPV means to them, why they fly. Like, I've got so much of that content from Vegas of what it means to the average pilot. Yeah. So, anyways, I love your faces. Sorry for rambling on so much today. There's just a lot going on. And now that I've been sick for a couple days and have had some downtime, it's allowed me to think about things. And it's been good to think about things a lot. Because there's just been a lot to think about. A lot's happened in my life. There's been new opportunities with work. There's been opportunities with life. There's been just a lot of change. I've been getting used to the motorhome. Like, after going out to Vegas, not taking the motorhome, going out by car to Vegas and staying in a hotel, and then coming back to the RV, I felt like this was home. And that's a big thing, is like, going to a hotel, you always feel like it's a foreign environment, at least for me. So when I come back to the RV, it doesn't feel like it's a vehicle. It feels like a home. That's a big deal. So that's probably why I'm feeling a lot better about things. It's no longer feeling like, I'm camping out. Now that I have water running, I have independent power, I have internet, it feels like I'm home. I've even been able to play VR in here. I finally got VR working, even though it doesn't work all the time. So, yeah, life has been getting better in some ways. Anyways, if you guys have any more questions, leave them down below after the video. I've been Zoe FPV. You've been awesome. Until next time, guys, I love your face.